Hello my nasty humans, it's your BoardGameGoblin speaking. All throughout December I presented you our favorite games. The Advent is now over, but these games are still great. Maybe you have to refund the board game and want to get a new one? So have a look and enjoy our collection. Today I have a great game for you. It's about the meaning of life. Be dead last. This is a fun game for 6 to 12 players. It's a party game. It's like werewolf with guns. Everyone chooses secretly who to kill next. And the person who doesn't know who gets killed next is probably the one who will die. It's a fun game for 6 to 12 players, but unfortunately the players are not included. So maybe it's not the best game for a lockdown. While the plague is still around us, why not go back to the Middle Ages? Fief is a great but rather complicated game. With the right friends, it's a lot of fun. If you follow me on Twitter, which you definitely should do, then you might have known that I became Pope recently. Yes, I murdered that stupid... I don't need a hat, I'm the Pope! So, in this game, you build a family and you gather the right family members and you try to give them influential titles. You can become bishop, cardinal, pope, count, duke, king, and in the end you only need 3 victory points, but they are really hard to get. You can build armies, you can fight your enemies, or you can be like the Pope who I am. I didn't fight a single battle and I still won the game. And today I have a great game for you. Actually, it's one of my favorite games. It's for 2 to 13 players. It's called Mascarade. Everyone takes a role, a secret role, but the roles are changing and you might end up not even knowing who you are. Your goal is to get 13 coins. Once you have that, you won the game. And just look at this artwork. These characters look amazing and the game only takes 30 minutes, is really easy to explain and always great fun for beginners and advanced players. Today I have a great game that's all about words. It's called Crazy Words. And if you are prone to typos like I am, you will love it because there is no wrong word. You have to invent new words for things that don't yet exist. For example, a new name for a Pacific island. Bulda Bulda, I don't know. Or a name for a Persian king. Hokda. You get these little letters and you try to combine them to make a word that doesn't yet exist, but your friends have to draw the right connection between the word and the task you were given. Then you can win the game. So if you like to have fun with words, but really are messy with spelling, that's the right game for you, as it is the right game for me. Today I have another great game for you. It's the easiest game I have ever played and it's a lot of fun. You can play it in the park, you can play it in the bar, you can play it drunk, you can play it at home at your couch with your kids. It has one simple rule. You draw a card and you do what it says on the card. Usually you have to put it somewhere. And if you can't do it anymore because you dropped the card or something, you are out. For example, put this card on your nose. That's too easy for me. I can do it. Okay, give me another. Oh, I'm out. Okay, I'm out, but you are in. Get this game. It's cheap, it's fun for 2 to something players. Enjoy. Today we set sail to a Caribbean island and we are playing Treasure Island. It's a great and fun game. It has an amazing, big, beautiful board where you draw around to locate the treasure. Your captain, who is in jail, hid the treasure somewhere. The captain tries to mislead his fellow crewmates about where he hid the treasure. You try to track it down, you dig up the entire island and to get closer and closer to the treasure. At the end, the captain might even escape jail. Everyone tries to get the treasure alone. And there's even this amazing thing here, whatever it's called in your human language, where you can draw circles on the board to track down where the treasure is and you get closer and closer to it. Today I have a great game for you. It's called Quantitative Easing. You can already practice on how to save the economy after all this is over. You play a government and try to save and buy companies. You create money out of nothing. You can write one, or you can give $1 billion for a company. The important thing is that you don't spend the most money of all governments, or you will blow it. The amount that you spend will be hidden. We got this wrong in the beginning and screwed up the game a little, but after we found out this secret rule, it's really fun. So save the economy, make money out of nothing, and stay sane during the lockdown. It's a fun cooperative game for 1 to 8 players. You can even play it alone if you are not that social person, and I really like it because it's the best cooperative game I have ever played. You try to escape from a labyrinth after a shopping trip that really went wrong, and everyone is allowed to move the marker only in one direction. So everyone has to pay attention, that's why I suck at it, and then you have to escape together. There even is an add-on where someone works against everyone. It's a great game and it's BoardGameGoblin approved. Today I have another exciting game for you. It's the Bloody Inn. In this game you play an innkeeper. A number of strange guests are coming in and you have the choice. You hire them as your henchmen or you murder them. Murdering them gives a lot of points, but you better get rid of the bodies when the police shows up. We really love the artwork of this game and this humor, but the mechanism is a bit complicated. But once you get it, it's a lot of fun. Today we have a business game for you, Imperial 2030. It's just 10 years away, so be aware. In this game, it's a bit like Risk, but the capitalists took over. You invest into 6 nations, and by investing, you can even gain control of a nation. But control can change very quickly. In the end, you don't want to dominate the world. You want to get the most for your investment. You buy shares from the different nations and hope that the nation is most successful of which you have the most shares. When you're in control of a nation, you can build an army, build factories, build ships, or you can give money to your beloved investors. I have another game for you. Another game about deduction. As you might have noticed, we like it a little. It's called Deception. We played this game a few years ago in Essen for the first time and we immediately bought it. It's a great game where one player is the game master and gives clues. Among the other players there's a murderer. Everyone has 4 weapons and 4 clues. 1 weapon and 1 clue is the clue and the weapon of the murderer. Everyone tries to find out who's the murderer, what weapon did he use, and what clue did he leave. It's a bit like Cluedo, but it only takes 30 minutes. And I have a good friend in Halle, shout out to Halle, who hates board games. And about this game he said, it's really okay. So it's a great game, it's BoardGameGoblin approved. Today I have a fun little game that's all about empathy and numbers. It's called The Mind. It's for 2 to 4 players. Everyone draws numbers, and then it's a cooperative game in which you have to play these numbers in the right ascending order. But the trick is, you are not allowed to talk or communicate with each other. So you have to create empathy and feel deep inside you if it's your turn or not. Needless to say, I suck terribly at this game. But my friends, the fellow humans, they really like it. Today we leave this doomed Earth behind and go up into space with the crew. It's a cooperative card game where you have to get the right amount of tricks for the right people. There are up to 50 missions that get always more difficult. I didn't get beyond mission 5 yet, but I'm terrible with numbers. It's a great game to play with your family during lockdown. It's for 3 to 5 players, but there's also a 2-player variant for the couples out there who enjoy the cold season with a nice board game. Today I present you Debatable. If you want to become a politician or your friends think you should become one, Debatable is a great game for you. You at least need 3 players, but you can have up to 16. You need 1 moderator who agrees between the parties, and 2 people who debate on a really stupid topic with rather strange arguments. For example, are you allowed to pee in the shower? To pee, not to be. I would make a scientific standpoint to say it's really healthy to pee in the shower, and also it saves a lot of water. And then the other players have to vote who won this argument and if they presented their case very well. It's a fun game, and it's really no harm if you're a little bit drunk. This game is called Spyfall. It's for 3 to 8 players, and it's a game about a spy who doesn't know where he is. All players on the table have the information at what location they are all together, for example at the bank. But the spy does not know where he is. Everyone asks each other questions and must answer them. And so in this way you find out who's the spy. I really suck at it, but I have a really good advice for you. If people ask you, what are you doing here, and you have no clue where you are, say, I'm cleaning the toilets, because there are always toilets wherever you are. This game is a fun game for 3 to 8 players, and it's BoardGameGoblin approved because it only takes 10 to 15 minutes to play. Today I have an insider tip for you. It's called Don't Mess with Cthulhu, or I have here the German version, In the Temple of Fear. It really does look like an old game, and I hardly would have picked it up, but it was just €9. And it's the best €9 I have ever spent. It's a great game. The players are split up into 2 parties, the Guardians of the Temple and the Treasure Hunters. The Guardians of the Temple want everyone to end up in traps, and the Treasure Hunters want the treasures. You have these doors in front of you. Where will be a treasure? Where will be a trap? Can you trust your friends? No, you can't. I played this with 10-year-olds and with my grandma, and everyone likes it. If you still need to fill up space under your Christmas tree, this is a game for you. It's rather a heavy game. It's called Rising Sun. It's for 5 players. It has 5 very different functions, but it also works with 3 players. You have to get victory points, and there are many different ways. What I really like about it is its rather unique battle system. There are no dice. You have to bet. You can commit suicide. You can catch your opponent, or you can just try to beat the crap out of them. And admittedly, I'm not very good at it, because I rather get a headache after 60 minutes. This one takes about 2 hours, but it fills a lot of space up. There are many amazing figures in there, and it's a heavy game for good friends. I'm alone. I think I can allow a bit of nose breathing space. So this game is called Grimm's Mascarade. It's another deduction game. We love deduction games, my pesky humans and I. So in this game you attend a fairy tale ball. You try to keep your secret identity hidden and to collect your own secret favorite tokens, but you avoid the cursed tokens. So you secretly gather the right tokens to win a rose, which is a victory point. In the end, you try to guess the correct role of your other players and to keep your own hidden. It's a really fun family game. It has great artwork, and it's fun even during work lockdown. This game is nothing personal. In it, you control a mafia family. You try to influence different corrupt members of society so that they do what you want. But if you influence them too much, the police takes them away. It's a game for 3 to 5 players. It takes about 2 hours. And it's great fun. We like the artwork. You see this poor soul here taken captive? You can do that with your friends too. You can kill their character, you can mess up their turn, and you can become the Don. So here is another great game for you. It's called Avalon. It's a bit like a werewolf, but you go on a quest for the Holy Grail. There are evil knights and there are good knights, and the evil knights want the quest to fail. In the end, you have to find out who is good, who is evil, and you have to make the quest successful. It's a fun game. Our box is already falling apart, but that's usually a good sign. So enjoy the season, and you can play this game with 5 to 10 players, so maybe you buy it for after the lockdown. As you can tell from the box, it's rather a more complex one. It's called the Fury of Dracula, and I just played it yesterday. I was Dracula, and I really blew it. I almost got them. So in this game, up to 5 players play against Dracula. And Dracula tries to escape, breed his vampire, and bite the virgins. I doubt they are virgins. And the others try to catch him. He's moving all throughout Europe, and they try to get his location and to get the vampire killed. It's a very asymmetric game, quite complex, but it's great fun when you put your fangs into your enemies. Enjoy. It's called Captain Sonar. It's a cooperative game with 2 teams that work against each other. It's for 4 to 8 players, and you are navigating a U-boat. It's a little bit like Battleship, but the ships are moving, and you are in one of them. One is navigating the ship, the other one is handling the torpedoes, one is buying the upgrade. It's a great game, and if you really want to take the most out of it, you play it in real time. It's an intense experience that takes 45 to 60 minutes, and it's great fun to go with your friends deep down under the zoo. Hello, my precious little humans, it's your BoardGameGoblin speaking. Today I got another insider tip for you. This game is called Maria. It's for 2 to 3 players, and it takes 2 to 5 hours. It's a big, heavy battle game with area control, but it has very unique factions. They are very different, the French, the Prussians, the Austrians, and you draw different cards. It's like a crossover of chess and trick-taking games, because you have to think at what field on the map you are fighting, then you can only use specific cards. In my opinion, the Austrians don't have a chance. But last time, my brother even beat me with the help of the terrible French. It's a really fun game. It's a lot about logistics and tactics and politics, and it's a very intense experience. It's BoardGameGoblin approved. Today, I have a fun family game for you that's all about balance. It's for 2 to 5 players and it takes 30 minutes. It's called Human at Work. In it, you build a construction site. Every turn you have to fulfill tasks and place tiles and workers. And when you lose your certificate of security, you are out. It's a fun game for little nasty children, and even for old drunk people. It's always fun to play it with your family, especially during the cozy season. It's called GiftTrap. It's for 3 to 8 players and it takes 45 minutes. It's all about giving and receiving the right presents. In it, you have very different and strange presents. You get a nose transplant, or a flight with a helicopter, or even eternal life. What present do you want? And to who of your friends you would give what present? In this game you can only win if you get the right presents and also give the right presents. It's really an ugly game. It looks like it was made out of stock images. But it's so much fun, and maybe you get a good idea for your next Christmas present. Hello, my precious little humans. It's finally Christmas. But let's face it, now it's too late to get another board game related present. But I have a recommendation for you for next year. It's called Hidden Leaders. It's a light and fun strategic deduction card game for 2 to 6 players that only takes 30 minutes. In it, you play a secret leader and you have to align with 2 out of 4 factions. As you can imagine, yours truly, the BoardGameGoblin, had quite a hand in it. But if you still need an emergency present, you can print the print and play right now for free. Cut it out, put it under the Christmas tree and give it a try. And sign up for our Kickstarter free page to not miss your favorite board game of the next year. So, Merry Christmas, my little humans!